Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, what's up? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos every week. So if you thought I was gonna leave you hanging, I know you saw the last couple videos in this pedicure series. We talked about what to get started, what types of pedicures, showed you how I do a pedicure, and now you're like, okay, so I think I want to offer pedicures, but what do I buy? Thought I was gonna leave you hanging. I got you covered. So today we are talking about all things pedicure products. So some stuff I have on deck to show you, some stuff that I don't have. I will leave a link below to the products that I'm talking about and recommend. So if you have been on my website, I was, unbeknownst to me, because I don't read certain emails, I thought it was spam, my website got a new host. So when I went to check on it, I noticed that my nail tech shop was completely gone. Pissed, needless to say. I don't know how long it's been like that, so I apologize if I've been sending you guys to the nail tech shop to look at pedicure products that I recommend, I use, and I like, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going to be creating a new Amazon storefront, and it's going to have all the stuff there. So I'm going to redesign the storefront so it's a little bit more easier, and you'll have direct links to everything. It'll be categorized exactly how it was on my website. The only reason it wasn't like that before was just simply I had already done the website before I did the storefront, and I didn't feel like doing that all over again. So now that we're back to square one, I'm going to just kind of revamp the storefront, and the website will be kind of no more. So the nail tech shop will be on the Amazon storefront. So I will leave a link to that below, and you can go check out all the products for everything that I like, recommend, students recommend, I suggest, all that good stuff, as well as, again, the pedicure products. If you missed the first couple videos, those will be linked below as well. So you want to watch those before you watch this one, and then you will be all set. And this will make a lot more sense if you are just tuning in. Again, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So let's get into some of my highly recommended, highly suggested, and favorite pedicure products right now. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is foot soaks. So foot soaks are basically something that you're going to be putting into the water. They usually make the foot soft, smell good. Some of them, because again, there's levels to everything, have some different types of benefits for the foot, while others just don't do anything. They just make suds or they make it look pretty. So let's get into some of the different things that you can be putting into your water to begin setting up for your pedicure. So the first thing I want to talk about, and I have some stuff right here with me, is, boom, the cheapest option. Can't go wrong with some basic hand soap. Hand soap is awesome because it's going to give you suds. It's going to give you a nice smell. And while it doesn't change the color of the water, I like to use hand soap most of the time. Unless I'm going to my spa pedicures, I usually use hand soap. Honestly, either way, even if I am using other types of soap, I just love the suds that regular old Dollar Tree store hand soap can do. This can be anything. Ideally, it can be antibacterial. It doesn't really have to be. That's up to you. But you know, whether it says it or not, but regular old hand soap is going to be it's going to be good enough for you to just pump it into the water. And my advice, pro tip from me to you, put your hand soap in, then dump your water. If you put your hand soap in after, it won't create a lot of bubbles. I had to learn that the hard way. You're gonna be like, where's all the bubbles? You have to put it in, and then you have to kind of pour the water at kind of a distance to create like that splash effect, like kind of like you're mimicking doing like a tub or something. So you wanna just have some basic old hand soap. That's the first thing that you can kind of do. Cheap, to get started. The next thing that we can do is Epsom salt. Epsom salt is awesome. Epsom salt comes huge. It's cheap. A little goes a long way. It will have some type of benefits for the skin. It's very affordable. It gives the water a little bit of something for the skin again. So Epsom salt is also another good affordable option. And again, anything that I'm mentioning, you can use one or all or a combination of all this stuff. You can't do too much. The thing is, that's the thing. But we want to think of cost. So we can't just add all this stuff into one pedicure, because again, if you saw the last videos, if we do throw everything into one, then we can't level up. So I would use the cheapest option for the cheapest pedicure and the best stuff for the better pedicures. But Epsom salt is perfectly fine. And again, you can get huge, and a little goes a long way. You need like maybe 2 tablespoons in the pedicure bath. That's probably a lot. And that is another good option. So the next thing that you can put into the water is pedicure tablets. I don't have any on hand. Pedicure tablets could be anything that it's kind of like well, it's not anything. It's like a tablet. It's like a little ball. Sometimes it looks like a peg or something like that. And you drop it into the water, it will dissolve and it's going to start to do stuff. So these are nice. They're a little bit more affordable. All you ever need is one per pedicure basin. And it will have some type of benefits for the skin. It's going to make the water very pretty. Whatever color the tablet is, usually is the color of the pedicure water when it's done dissolving and everything. And it's going to smell good. It's going to give your water some color. I love using like blue, because then it looks like blue sea water. It's very pretty. Again, you can find these on Amazon and they will cost you a lot. I stopped using them because, I don't know, it got a little cost effective. I found out that it really wasn't all that for what I was paying. Maybe if I bought it in bigger bulk, it would make sense. And they're not expensive. But I just felt like I don't really need this. You know, sometimes you have to check yourself as a business and come down on your expenses. And I just felt like, I could do without. And then I started using other stuff as well. But pedicure tablets are a good thing that you can just kind of have. You throw it in the water and boom, there you go. Pedicure soak is the next thing that you can purchase to put into the water. So it's going to be the same benefits as the pedicure tablet. It's literally the same thing, except you're going to scoop it. It's usually going to come in a container and you're going to scoop it and kind of dump it into the pedicure water. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to dissolve. Some of them, the tablet or the soap will give a little fizz or suds. Most of the time, not really. That's why I usually add soap in conjunction with the tablet or the soap, but it's going to give it color. It's going to have some benefits for the skin. Sometimes they're going to smell good. So the soak is the same exact thing as the tablets. But again, if you buy a bigger bag of the pedicure soak, you can probably use maybe about a teaspoon or 2 in each pedicure basin, and it's going to go a lot longer than throwing a whole tablet into the water. So that's something to also consider. Next, we have some sea salt. So sea salt is really, really good because it's going to do, again, all the same things for the water and for the person's skin. It might have some benefits. It's going to have some type of scent going to it, but it has a little bit more benefits for the skin. The salt in the salt soak is going to help do something with the skin. I'm not an esthetician, so if you know, leave below. Salt does something different to the skin as opposed to something else. So it is a little bit better for the skin. I think it kind of, I forgot what it does. If you know, leave a comment below. I forget. Salt does something for skin that's a little bit more beneficial than just regular soap. So that will help. I have here this, I got this at my local supply store. So I've been using, because I've been too busy to make my own stuff, I've been rocking with this brand that I got at my local supply store. So this is just Be Care Love, BCL Spa. So this is the Dead Sea Salt Soak. So naturally hydrating, antioxidant rich with argan oil from Morocco and botanical extracts. Sounds fancy, but we can put that on our website and then it sounds even more fancier. So this is from my milk and honey. So I use this in the water, and you see, it just looks like this. And again, all this stuff, a little goes a long way. So you don't want to like dump a whole bunch in the water. It's just going to do a little something. Smells good. And I really like stuff. I like more sea salty type soaks than anything else, or I just stick with my regular old antibacterial soap. So again, you can use any of these, or you can do several into one pedicure. It's up to you. So next we have cuticle softeners. So cuticle softeners are something that we're gonna apply to the cuticle area so that it helps loosen up that dead cuticle so it's easier for us to remove. So I just want to point out, if something is labeled as cuticle softener, cuticle remover, do not think that if I put this on, it's going to automatically remove. There is no difference. I'm telling you, this is from the textbook. There is no difference between cuticle softener and cuticle remover. Cuticle remover is a marketing sales pitch so that you think, oh, this is better than softener because it's going to remove. No, it does not do any difference. So don't be fooled by the labels. So there are some differences when it comes to cuticle softeners. Again, there's levels to everything. So let's just talk about a couple of those. So the first one that I want to mention is that something that's a little bit more watery consistency. So there's one, I'm going to link it below. Now it's good, but I mean, if you're looking to cut costs, it's super cheap. You get a big bottle like this and it's like $3 on Amazon. And I was using that at one point because honestly, I think I bought it because I needed it. It was the only thing that can come. I'm impatient. So it's the only thing that can come super quick. And I bought it and I was like, okay, this is fine. So I used it. When I was done with it, I didn't replace it. Something that has like a watery consistency. While those do work and they are very cheap, you'll find that, again, there's levels. Cheap, it's going to end up drying out. So if I put that cuticle softener on one hand, then I go to the next hand. By the time I come back, I usually need to add more. Whereas something that's better, I don't have to keep reapplying. It's not going to dry out as quick. So while they're all still going to do that main job of softening the cuticle, don't worry about that. That is just in the product itself. It will do that job. It will loosen it for you. But now how much do I have to apply? That's where the cost and the product and the actual consistency is going to come in play. So I find that stuff that is super watery and cheapy, I think it's like Blue Cross. I think that's the brand. Yeah, it was really cheap, but it does the job. So next thing we have is something like this. I got my big boy right here. So this is Super Nails. This is an old school product. They've been around forever and ever and ever. They make cuticle oil as well. That's probably where you have seen this brand from. This is a good mid-level cuticle softener. It's not too watery. It's open. I don't want to open it. I wonder if you can see. Okay, you can see from the top, like the consistency. Like it's watery, but it's not runny. So this is good. And you put this on the nail, it will last. It won't dry out too quick. This is a good mid-level, cost-effective cuticle softener that you can purchase and use. I do like this as well. Again, I don't need to put it on. And you see how they market it as softener and remover. So they want to market to everybody because again, it doesn't make a difference. So I like this one as well. Then we have the next one. So something that's going to be more gel-like. So I love cuticle eliminator. So this one's going to cost you a little bit more. You probably know them from their callus eliminator. So they make cuticle eliminator. This one is probably my go-to. Sorry if the bottle, I'm trying to hide the bottle. It looks ugly and I don't feel like cleaning it. So this cuticle eliminator is really, really good. It's more like a gel-like consistency. So when you put it once in the nail, you definitely don't need a lot at all. Again, levels. So we don't use a lot and it will stay on the nail and then have enough that I could push and I could wipe and I don't need to reapply. I never have to reapply when I use that stuff. So that is a really, really, really good product. Again, that's more like a gel-like thick consistency for the cuticle eliminator. So next we have callus remover or softener. Is there a difference? So when we're talking about the calluses, we want to be able to soften the callus. Again, we don't ever want to remove the callus. If you don't know that, I think I probably have mentioned that in one of the 100 videos that I have posted, that we don't ever want to totally remove a callus. People need callus. We need that dead skin as a support on the foot, especially if somebody is a runner, a dancer, or something. If we totally remove their calluses, it's going to hurt. And I've had some people tell me that they actually got a pedicure and they scrubbed, their foot felt good, but it hurt to walk. We don't ever want to scrub too much. All we want to do is soften the cuticle. So we have different, the callus, I think I said cuticle. So we want to make sure that we are using good products when it comes to a callus softener. So there's levels again to it. It's going to help get rid of it. It's going to come in either maybe like a gel-like consistency, a spray of some shape, way, or form. Some stuff comes in a little booty and you put that on and leave it on. But those are usually kind of treatments that we do separate. But let's go over some of the callus products that you would use on the bottom of the foot. So the first thing we're going to talk about is something that is kind of like a gel or cream, thicker consistency. So these work really well. Again, we have our good old callus eliminator. This is probably #1 in the market when it comes to callus eliminator. This is more like a gel-like consistency. And what it does is you put it on the bottom of the foot, you let it hang out for a bit, do your toenail detailing and all that stuff like that. And then you would just kind of come back and scrape it. And it works very, very well. Obviously, they've been around forever and ever and ever. But in my opinion, I don't like it because I find that because it has that gel-like consistency, when I go to scrape it, a lot of it comes off on my foot file. So I found that I was going through more foot files to kind of get rid of that gel-like, because even if I wipe it, it's still like that first layer. It's like all calloused up. And then I get to the skin and then I can start to see it smooth. So what I did was I started to switch to the next thing I'm going to talk about is sprays. Love sprays. I found that sprays, and I've tried different brands, they work better for me. Spray the bottom of the foot, again, let it hang out, and then I can just scrape it and I get to like that smoothing phase a little bit better. So I have these two brands that I was using. There's a third brand. So I have my Callus Peel, and I love this brand. This one is one of my favorites. It's 3-minute peel. And then I had this one that I tried for the feet. And then I have the Callus Softener. So I like these sprays because, again, they're very easier. I found that I got to the point a lot quicker. We're also looking for products. This is how we speed up our time, guys, is we find stuff that's gonna help us get to the point a little bit quicker without compromising our work. So I love the Callus sprays. Again, you can find them all different levels. I think this one was the most expensive. It comes with a foot file. You can get like this. Maybe like $8, and then you can get this and the foot file. Then it comes with like some little cream, something, which I've never used. But I do like this as well. But then this one I ended up buying because it was like $5. So it was a lot cheaper. So that's something that you can use when it comes to your callus sprays. So next we're going to talk about is scrubs. Any type of scrub, sugar scrub, salt scrub, this is something that we're going to use during a pedicure, whether you're using it for your basic or you're using it for your spa. It's going to help exfoliate the foot and the skin, make it smoother, give it some moisture. So let's go over the different types of scrubs that you can use during your pedicure. So first and foremost, we have a homemade scrub. Super simple, very cost effective, that we can make at home. Sugar, oil, some type of lotion. There you go. If you want to be fancy, make it scented. You want to be even more fancier, we can color it. It's very simple. I found that over the years of buying stuff, I'm able to have more fun and do different things. I have more control of what's going in, the type of oil, because different oils are going to do different things. So I have all the control when it comes to what I want this scrub to do and how I want it to benefit my customers when I make it. So you guys know I make my scrubs. I love them. I make sugar scrubs. I use granulated sugar. I don't use fine sugar. I was like, this smells sweet. I forgot this is cotton candy. So you can do different scents as well. We can color it again. And I don't use fine sugar because it doesn't really do too much. And then you can use a lot less, but it doesn't really give it that exfoliating feeling when you use regular. So granulated sugar is best if you're going to be making any type of scrub. If you guys want to know how I make my products, I've done a video on that way ago. So I will leave a link above and you can go check that whole process out of how I make my products, scrub included. The next one is some type of sugar scrub that you can buy from a company. So these are going to be very beneficial because they will cost you a little bit, but all the work is done for you. You can buy several different ones. When I'm doing special pedicures, sometimes I like to seek out a different company because if I have a pedicure and let's say I want to do a watermelon. Oh, I did that one time actually. A watermelon pedicure. So let me look for a watermelon scrub, a watermelon this, watermelon that. Instead of me trying to make it, I can kind of give them something a little bit different. Because again, in my regular spa, I use my sugar scrub. So for my specialized pedicures, I like to use other people. So they're not like, oh, she's just using the same thing, but it's just scented different and it smells different and stuff. So I like to use other brands when I'm doing my specialty pedicures, just to show my clients that I'm doing a little bit something different. So one thing we want to look out for when we are buying sugar scrubs is the consistency. So obviously we can't do this online. Maybe looking at the reviews. A lot of people are good on Amazon and other companies will taking pictures of the actual product. So we can look at the consistency. If something's a little bit more rougher and dry, it might not be as moisturizing. It might be a little bit more fine. It's not going to exfoliate maybe that well. If something is a little bit more rougher, it might be a little bit too rough. So you want to look at the consistency and the pour. So for example, again, this is what I was using from the same company. So this is their sugar scrub. And we can look at the consistency. So I can tell already it's not super exfoliating. So like, look at this compared to my scrub. Again, I use granulated sugar. I could see the granules in this. And I can't really see that in this one. So I can tell automatically by looking at it, it's shiny. So it's gonna give it moisture. There's a lot of oil in it. It's not gooky and runny. So it has some thickness to it. So it's not just gonna like go onto a wet leg or calf and kind of just drip off and roll around and not do anything. But I can tell that it's not gonna be as exfoliating as I like anyway, but this one is a good one as well. So we just wanna make sure that we do that. And we wanna check for the size of the granules again, and make sure that we're kind of, again, if we're doing it online, it's hard to kind of tell. Sorry if I sound like a little shady. It's hard to kind of explain, but we want to just basically check the reviews. If we're shopping online, you got to check the reviews. I wouldn't buy something unless I was sure of the brand or I saw a picture of what it looked like inside, because nothing worse than buying something, especially in a big bulk or quantity or big size, and then it sucks and then you're stuck with it. So I want to see reviews. So I'm going to leave a link below to some of the ones that I have used from Amazon that I can recommend, especially before I started making my own scrubs. Then we have some salt scrubs. So salt scrubs are going to be the same thing. Same thing. We want to look for the texture. We want to look for the ingredients as well. If I didn't mention that, the ingredients, we want to look at that a little bit because that will tell us. That first ingredient will tell us what this is primarily made of and the viscosity. So how thick is it? Is it runny? Is it thin? Is it moving? Those are the things that's going to help us. But salt scrubs generally don't exfoliate as much unless it's like a Himalayan salt, which is a little too abrasive because we don't want to slice people's legs up. But we can look at that and tell how much is going to exfoliate. But they are basically the same thing as salt scrubs. So we want to look out for those three things. Next, we have mask. So if you're doing any type of spa pedicure and you're putting on a mask is something that we're going to put onto the lower leg and the top of the foot. Sometimes when we are doing some type of spa or specialty pedicure, or if you want to do any regular basic pedicure, that's up to you. Spa masks have some type of benefit for the skin. Usually it's very straightforward. It's on the label. It tells you exactly what it is. They come in different consistencies. So we have like a jelly, clay, sometimes it's like paste, like, if that makes sense, I'll show you. And they'll do different things. Again, majority of the time they will tell you straightforward, this is going to do this. So let's take a look at some of the different types of masks that we can use. So the first thing is a regular face mask. If you see something and it's affordable and it's good and it's for the face, skin is skin. We can use that product. Don't think because it says face mask, I can't use it for your leg. The only thing is that when you're using something that's made for the face, usually it's going to come in a small container, and we need to use both for both legs for multiple people. So that's the only thing. If you can find something big that's a face mask, go ahead, do it. But most of the time they're a little small, so you won't get a lot of it. But we can use something that's just a regular face mask. This is going to be good for all types of skin, something general, something that's it could be any of the viscosities that I mentioned, but something simple like that could be good and cost effective. The next we have is a clay mask. So clay masks go onto the leg. They usually dry out. A real clay mask will dry out and then you have to take it off. While these are very good, they have a lot of benefits for the skin. I personally don't like clay masks because of that dry out. It could be a little messy or like ugly. I don't know. I'm not a fan of them. Just not a fan. I like the more paste-like type mask, which I can show you here. So we have, again, this has been my go-to company. So this one is lavender. So naturally they have the same word for everything. So this is a moisture mask. This is my new pedicure that I didn't start yet. It's lavender and mint. Oh my God. It smells so good. Okay, back to what I was saying. So this is more paste-like. You can see it's not really going anywhere. So it's nice and thick, but it has like that creaminess to it. So you see, I like this consistency for my mask because it doesn't dry. It dries a little as it's sitting on the leg, but it doesn't dry out and crack like a clay mask. So when I come to remove it, it just kind of washes off very easily because again, I'm in a small space and I don't need a whole mess. Then I have something like this. So this is a restoring mask, green tea restoring mask, exfoliates dead skin, replenishes dry skin. So this one, same thing. A little bit more jiggly, a little bit more runny than the other one. But again, I like more cream paste-like type consistencies, but these are different options that you can use if you are choosing to use a mask. So next we have lotions. So lotions, as we know, when we lotion our own self, there's levels to lotions. So the thing that we want to look out for lotion is, are we just lotioning to lotion? Are we lotioning to have a good massage? Are we lotioning to leave and give a lot of moisture? So let's go over some of the type of lotions that you can use during your pedicure. So lotion is going to be used for the massage portion of the pedicure. How it glides plays a big part. So again, different consistencies are going to have different effects. So basic lotion, we have our regular table lotion. This is at my local supply store. I use this actually for my hands. I don't really use it for the feet, but I just wanted to show you what like a regular schmegular lotion looks like. So this is just regular hand and body lotion. This is a good regular one. I mean, if you want to invest in Jergens or something, just standard. You get what I'm trying to say. A standard lotion, that's fine. That's bare minimum. That's what we can start with. That will do the job, but it won't leave the skin super moisturized. You just literally will be lotioning them and massaging them. So if you wanted to take it up a notch, then we can use something that's more thicker. We can use a thick lotion that's going to give a nice glide as we're massaging. It's going to have a little bit more lasting effect if we wanted to use something more specialty for the skin. So I have here to show you, this is from Goal. I was using this, my Leg Vitality. This revitalizes, smooths the skin. It's non-greasy and refreshes tired legs. So this is a better lotion that I was using for, I forgot what pedicure it was. It's a while ago, so this was left over. And I didn't want to use it because this is very expensive stuff. So I was using this a while ago, but this is something that I pitched. This is like refreshing, and it has something in it. This is very good product, very good company. I always speak highly of them. They're German, so a lot of this stuff is like, what? When you try to read the label. But I use this in the day spot, and we loved it in Manhattan. So this is something that's going to actually have some benefit for the skin as well as all those other benefits. Then we have something a little bit more whipped body butter. So this is my homemade body butter. It's very creamy. It's moisturizing. Again, I love having control of how I want the leg. I love my whipped body butter because it has a lot of moisture. It leaves them nice and shiny. It has glide for the massaging. I love using the whipped body butter for my pedicures or any type of body butter for the pedicure because that's going to give it like super moisturizing and they feel good. It's going to leave the skin feeling smooth. So those really, really, really work when you are kind of catering more to that spa level or the massaging. I really like having like a thicker consistency body butter type of lotion for that. And again, something like that is going to have a lasting effect because I don't know about you, but you ever been to a shop, you got lotion by the time you walk out, you're ashy. That's happened to me. I have very dry skin. I was literally ashy from the pedicure station to the door. And I was like, how is this possible? Like, I like my customers to, you damn near sliding out of here. Like, I like you to be moisturized and shiny and glistening. And that's the goal for me. I want to give you moisturization when you come to me. So again, those are just a couple options for when it comes to lotion. So next we have foot balms. So foot balms are something that we're going to put on to the bottom of the foot, at the top of the foot, the whole leg, whatever you choose to. You can use it along with lotion, or you can use it instead of lotion. That's up to you. I use foot balm at the bottom of the foot and the top of the foot during my spa pedicures in conjunction with lotion. So let's go over a couple of different balms that I'm just going to show you really quickly that I like to use. So first and foremost, I have my, if I drop one more thing right now, the first thing I'm going to use is my hand balm, my homemade what's wrong with me? My homemade balm that I make, I love. It's my bestseller. I love this stuff. Again, go check out the video when I'm making products. So I have control over it. I have control of the consistency, the smell, and all that stuff. I don't change the color on this because I think that would be weird if it was like pink. I don't know, it's just me. All balms usually are this color. So if you don't feel like making your own balm, which is fine because balms are a little bit more work. You need kind of wax, you need other ingredients, you have to cook it, let it kind of settle and package it. It's a little bit more work than a sugar scrub or a lotion, but totally, totally worth it. I love this balm, no joke, and my customers do as well. I was using a different company before I started making my own balm, so that's what fell. That's what fell. I was able to dig this up. I haven't used this in years, but this was amazing. This is the Naked Bee Foot Restoring Foot Balm. This stuff is shit. And I was using it, but it's expensive. It's expensive, and as I got busier, I was like, I can't do this. I can't afford it. A little goes a long way with this stuff, but it smells good. It's really, really, really good. You can get it in a pack of 1 or 2 or something. I will leave a link in the Amazon storefront for this. But this is another option if you are wanting to use a balm. And again, you don't have to use a balm. I like to use a balm, and mainly because I started making them. So I definitely wanted to include my products in my pedicure to push that as well. And lastly, we have some oils. So really quickly, I'm just going to talk about oil, and that's something that you can put onto the skin after the paraffin treatment, or again, we can use it in conjunction with lotion, with balm, one or the other. It can replace. Oils are really good. I use it as a finishing touch after the paraffin treatment, because while oils are good for the massage, I don't really want to do too much oil and massage because then it's too slippery. I feel like some of them will penetrate into the skin a little too quickly. I like that shine effect, and I get that from more of a body butter than an oil. But some good lotion, some good oils that you can use. This was a go-to for a while. And again, you can just look up, I usually do like a lavender, a eucalyptus, any type of, I search massage oil, and I'll get some type of oils that we can use. I spray a little bit on the legs, kind of rub it in. And again, I'm just trying to like kind of give it some shine, some moisture back, because I just wiped all the paraffin off with the hot towel. So I took a little bit of it away. So I'm just trying to replace that back. Another one is the one you saw me use in the Milk and Honey pedicure. Cuccio, their Milk and Honey pedicure stuff is awesome. And this I spray on as well. This smells, sorry, I have to smell everything when I open it. This smells so good. This smells so good. This is really, really good. I might keep this in rotation for a little bit, or I want to see the other flavors, the other brands and scents that they have. But these are different types of oils that you could be using to end and finish your pedicures. Okay, guys, so that concludes our pedicure series. We have talked about everything. I believe I did my job as a teacher, and you should be ready to go out and buy some stuff and start and price it and put it on your booking site and get ready for pedicure season, because it is about to be May, and these women out here, they want their feet did, and it needs to be done by you. So don't send them off to the mom and pop shops. We want to keep it all in-house, make our customers happy. If I forgot anything, or you guys have any other questions for something that maybe I didn't mention, or you didn't understand, or you have other comments, feel free, please, always to leave it down below. And thank you so much for watching. I will leave a link to that Amazon storefront down below. So go check that out for all the products, equipment, all that other stuff I will put on there. And you can go click, add to cart, purchase it, get yourself started. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.